Hey, have you ever had to tell a friend what someone else said? Of course you have. We do it all the time, right? It's how we share stories, news, and yeah, maybe a little bit of gossip. Today, we're going to master the grammar behind all of it in this explainer on reported speech.
All right, take a look at this. On the left, you see what someone actually said, word for word. But on the right, that's what someone reported they said. The main idea is still there, but the grammar, it's totally changed. So what is going on there?
Well, that right there is what we call reported speech. You might also hear it called indirect speech. It's basically the essential tool we all use to pass on information, tell stories, and report conversations. You know, all those he said and she told me moments.
Now, if you want to master reported speech, you really only need to remember one golden rule. It's called the backshift. And honestly, you can just think of it as time travel for your verbs.
It's really that simple. Take one step back in time. So why do we do this? Well, think about it. The original statement was made in the past, right? So when you're telling someone about it later, your grammar has to reflect that it already happened. It's a logical shift. This is absolutely the most crucial thing to remember. So let's see exactly how it works.
Okay, so this table breaks it all down. If the original words are in the present simple, you just shift them back to the past simple. Easy. Present continuous goes to past continuous. Now, what if something was already in the past simple? Well, you just take one more step back to the past perfect. You see the pattern, right? It's just a logical jump backward in time.
And here is that rule in action. The original statement is in the present simple. He likes gossip. When we report it, we take our step back. Likes becomes liked. They said that he liked gossip. Simple as that.
So the backshift is definitely the star of the show, but there are a few other small changes that really complete the transformation. Let's break down the whole process into a super simple checklist.
Here are the 4 simple steps. First, just drop the quotation marks. You don't need them anymore. Second, you can add the word that, but honestly, a lot of the time it's optional. Third, apply our golden rule, the backshift. And finally, number 4, you've got to change the pronouns to fit the new perspective. I mean, if someone said, "I am hungry," you'd report, "He said that he was hungry." Make sense, right? Oh, and this backshift rule also applies to what we call modal verbs. So if the original speaker said they can do something, you report that they could. If they said they will be there, you'd report they would be there. It's the exact same one-step back logic. Okay, so we've totally got statements covered. But what about questions? This is a little bit of a special case with a couple of new rules, but don't worry, they are just as straightforward once you see them.
So what does happen with questions? I mean, they have their own unique structure, right? They're designed to ask for information. That's why we can't just apply the same backshift rule and call it a day. We need a few more tools in our toolbox.
Let's look at this comparison really closely. The direct question is, "Are you ready?" But the reported version is, "Ali asked if I was ready." Did you spot the key changes? We added the word if, and the question mark is gone. But most importantly, the word order completely flips from a question, "Are you?" to a statement, "I was." And why is that? Because you're no longer asking the question, you're just reporting that a question was asked.
So here are the rules in a nutshell. For a yes or no question, you'll start with if or whether. Then you change the word order to a regular statement, subject, then verb. You still use the backshift rule, so are becomes was, and you change the pronouns. And finally, since it's now a report and not a question, you end it with a period.
All right, theory is great, but practice is really what makes it stick. Let's try a few examples to see what you've got. You ready?
First up, the weatherman said that there will, or would, be a storm tonight. What do you think? Remember what we said about modals?
And the answer is would. The weatherman's original prediction was there will be a storm. So when we report it, will backshifts to would. Nice one.
Okay, next one. He said that criticism is or was hurtful. The original statement was in the present simple, so what's it going to become?
That's right, it's was. The direct speech was, criticism is hurtful. Present simple takes one step back to past simple. You are definitely getting the hang of this. Okay, now for the final challenge. Let's convert a full question. The original is the rumor true? How would you report what they asked him? Try to remember all the rules we just went over for questions. And here it is. They asked him if the rumor was true. We added if, we changed the word order from is the rumor to the rumor was, and we backshifted is to was. Fantastic work.
Ultimately, getting reported speech right is just about being a clear communicator. It reminds me of this quote from George Bernard Shaw. The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. These rules help us make sure that the message we pass on is the one that was actually intended.
So now you are fully equipped to accurately report conversations, questions, and stories. The only question left is, whose story are you going to tell first?